Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to PSGL on the Xbox side. This is the top tier, and we are at round number 4 at the Circuit Paul Ricard for the French Grand Prix. Happy New Year, everyone, and a brand new name for the leagues. We're no longer XBGL anymore. I'm not going to call it XBGL because PSGL has been branded to Premier Sim Gaming League, as you just saw in one of the images there, which caters for all 3 platforms on PS4, PC and Xbox. So great to see that the rebrand has happened and no more XBGL anymore, which is going to be less confusing for me, I have to say, right now. But anyway, for those of you that missed the last race before Christmas, it was packed full of action, especially towards the end, where we saw Otis, also known as Zach, take his first win of the season, which made it basically 3 different winners in 3 races. Sparks was very, very close to taking a win last time about. He led pretty much from the start until the end, and then Otis' great battle at the end helped him take the win there. And Lefted took a podium in 3rd. Smasher had a good result in 4th. Peroni in 5th. Mercedes didn't get a good job in Belgium because Brown only finished 6th, and Lart unfortunately retired from the session last week, a few weeks ago. And we have Matt, one of the reserves, in 7th place. I believe he might be racing tonight, but I'll need to double check that. Nico finished in 8th position. Felipe finished in 9th, and Dave Rombers in 10th. Looking at the driver standings then, so due to Otis' consistent form, he is now leading the championship, the Drivers' Championship, with 30 points. Closely followed by Lutt with a 3-point gap on 27 points. Next is Smasher with 24 points. 4th place is LBA Brown with 23 points. 5th place is Sparks F1 with 17 points. 6th place is Lefty with 16 points. 7th place is Felipe with 15. 8th place is Thibaut with 12 points. And then we have Clone in 9th, who unfortunately has dropped down to a reserve driver, so he won't be racing in the leagues after tonight. He'll just be a reserve. Peroni in 10th with 9 points. 11th place is Crescito with 4. Days Rombers in 12th with 4. Matthew's reserve 13th on 4. Nico on 14th place with 3 points. And Placky with 2 points. And looking at the constructors, because I forgot to do it last week, Red Bull are now leading the constructors battle, and they are on 54 points. Mercedes on 50 in 2nd. Williams in 3rd on 19 points. 4th place is Alfa Romeo on 17 points. 5th place is Haas on 17 as well. 6th is Ferrari on 15. 7th is AlphaTauri on 11 points. 8th place is McLaren on 10 points. 9th place is Renault with 4 points. And Racing Point is 10th and last in 1 point. So everyone has managed to score a point, which is absolutely fantastic. So before we go into qualifying, let's have a look at this beautiful track. So this track was built in the first F1 race was actually in 1971. It's 5.84 kilometers long with 15 turns, 6 to the left and 9 to the right. 2 DRS zones, 1 between turn 7 and 8, and 1 at the start finish straight. And to be honest, there is mainly runoff areas around here, not many walls here. And they got to be careful not to go into the red and blue areas, because that's where the tyre can degrade very, very quickly around this circuit. So without further ado, let's go into qualifying. If I could just I'll just find someone on the lap, actually. There we go. We are in. And we got a full lobby tonight, which I think is the first time in this season that we got a full lobby, which is great to see. Hopefully everyone's had a good start to the new year. And we actually got to go fast, who's actually on the lap, actually, as he goes past turn 4 and heading towards its apex of turn 5. It helps it has the turn numbers there as well. He's purple set to 1, but I believe he's the first person to actually set a lap time, so that's probably why he's purple at the moment. But he's going to the right hand side. DRS wide open, going at almost 205 miles per hour here as you head towards turn 8. If you head into the red area too much, you'll risk your time getting invalidated. Just past turn 8, heading towards turn 9 here. You're going up the hill just a little bit. Now in real life F1, that is where you can get slipstream from other cars, but in PSGL it's banned. You're not allowed to give slipstream to your teammate. You are allowed to help each other in the race, just not in qualifying, as they head past turn 11 and heading towards turn 12. A very understeery part of the circuit, if I do say so myself. I usually find it hard when I race in these cars. Now, he's taken the curve quite a bit, actually, and I wonder if it was very close to invalidating. Luckily, it's not. Now I head towards the final corner. Now I wonder if I will get the start-finish straight line a bit confused in this race, because I always might get confused between the old one and the new one. But anyway, got to go fast. Comes across the line in P6 at the moment with a 1:28.0. Pole time today, I could expect, well, they're already in the 1:27s already, so I'm guessing we could see drivers heading into the 1:25s. No, 1:26 is not 1:25s, God. If people would go into the 1:25s, then that people would think I would have gone absolutely crazy, I've got to say. But there we go, as Clenzo is top of the timing sheets at the moment in the Renault with a 1:27.294. Now, for those of you that weren't aware and weren't checking the old Twitter earlier on, the PSGL Twitter account has made an announcement, and if you want to find out more announcements, you can check out at Premier Sim GL. There is actually going to be a prize pool. Now, there was a prize pool at the beginning, but the team that PSGL was affiliated with disbanded, so they were doing their best to try and find a new team to get a prize pool together, and someone, an esports team stepped up to the mark and said, you know what, we'll help give the prize pool to the top tiers of Xbox and PS4. Not F2 this time, it's just Xbox F1 and PSGL F1, and the team is TRT Esports. So on behalf of PSGL, thank you so much to the whole TRT Esports team for providing the prizes this season. And for Xbox, well, I nearly said XBGL. I have a feeling I'm going to get that mixed up. Anyway, for the Xbox F1 champion, they're going to have £80, which for me is quite a lot of money for a driver, especially the young drivers out there as well. No prizes for second place and third place. It's just first place. So I think it's going to add a little bit more of an incentive for the drivers now again, just to compete at the top level, but the championship is a lot closer anyway. I know a lot of people won't be taking part due to the money anyway, but it's just nice that the prize pool is back on offer again. So anyway, Cosito is on an outlap. I'm trying to see who is on a lap. Not many people on a lap at the moment, so I may go on. Now, Tebow has changed his gamer tag at the moment. I think he left his esports team, so that he's no longer called ERL Tebow anymore. He's Tebow JZ, so that's something I'll have to change in the little spreadsheet, but that's okay. That is absolutely fine. And the last time we saw him around the track was, I believe, in Britain, and he got a podium in Britain. He got P2 in Britain. He's looking quite good on his lap at the moment, though, as he goes towards turn 7. And he was purple sector 1 as well, so I wonder if he's going to match that in sector 2. Quite a few people were on intermediate tyres there. I'm not quite sure why, but I'm guessing for some of those guys, maybe just getting a little bit of a feel for the track, maybe. Whoa. I don't think you're meant to be giving slipstream. I think these two drivers have been caught out. It may not be intentional, but intentional or not, these two will be getting a penalty because it says in the rules you're not allowed to slipstream your teammate. So that is the first victim of that rule being caught. So I think the steward's office is going to be very, very busy, I've got to say. So, but anyway, Tebow's going to come across the line. I wonder what difference will it made to his time as he comes towards the final corner now. DRS open once again. And it is going to be a 1:27.2, which puts him on pole position ahead of Clenzo at the moment. Now, round 3's pole to Felipe is nowhere to be seen at the moment. He's been having internet issues pretty much all day, he's been telling me. So he's probably keeping rejoining and entering the session. So hopefully he can join back pretty soon as well. Cosito has unfortunately just invalidated his lap time. Now, the tyres that Pirelli are bringing to this weekend is the C4s, the C3s and the C2s. And just a quick mention on the reserve drivers that we got here tonight as well. So Cesaro is replacing SRT Joker in the Haas tonight. Dan is Dan it? Yeah, Dan's replacing Hawk in the Alfa Romeo. And Big Abdullah, where's Big Abdullah? There he is. Big Abdullah is replacing Clone Troop full-time in the McLaren. So, he's been turning up to pretty much for the whole of the season so far anyway. So technically he's been full-time from the start, but it's nice for him to be official at the moment. So, yes, yeah, a few people in chat are getting a bit worried that people were caught slipstreaming, but yeah, rules are rules, unfortunately. Now we got Otis on medium tyres. I'm guessing he doesn't want to use as many softs, as softs don't last too long around here. And this is also one of those tracks where the undercut doesn't work as effectively as other tracks. You only gain, really, about 3 seconds. I've been speaking to a few of the drivers before the race today, and to be honest, you would benefit more pitting a lap before the end of the pit window rather than a lap earlier, because you'll probably not get caught in traffic as much, and you're more than likely going to gain positions anyway, as Otis has unfortunately have invalidated his lap time. Now this guy here, Sparks, he was very, very close to getting a win last time about in Belgium. Unfortunately missed out, but he did definitely put a big fight as well. Big improvement to what we saw in the last few rounds, as Brown goes fastest with a 1:27.0. He was a driver who won in Australia. Could he get a second win tonight? Will we see a fourth different winner tonight? We'll have to wait and see. But here comes Sparks. I come across the line. Can he be in the first to be in the 1:26s? No, 1:27.2. But that puts him in P3. But Peroni had a good time as well in P2. That's very, very impressive from him as well. Peroni's best result of the season was 5th place in Belgium. So his consistency is definitely getting there, I've got to say. So I wonder if we're going to see the improvement as we head towards the latter half of the season. VSR Dominic is back on the lap, and he's also invalidated as well. So, yes, invalidations are common, and this is going to be one of those circuits where I think I'm going to predict the majority of people are going to get penalties. The other two tracks that are going to be penalty central on the F1 calendar, on the PSGL calendar, Russia, which is towards the end of January, and United States, which is in the middle of February. So, yeah, this is they probably got 3 tracks on this calendar, which is, you can't really get penalties, really, to be honest. Well, you can, but it's best to not get penalties, as Sparks has invalidated once again, unfortunately. And there's 3 people yet to set a lap time, one of which is Smasher. He's no longer BGG Smasher anymore. He's now joined an esports team, VSR. He was picked up at the start of the new year, and big congratulations to him. So how's he going to do on his first race at VSR at PSGL, as he's moving out of the way for a few cars, luckily, as well. Sam is on the medium compounder tyres. Let's see if he can get off the mark as well, get on the mark too, as well as Otis too, as I think he's still on the lap anyway. So he's not going to start the race on those tyres, so I'm guessing that it's not going to affect him too much if he's on 1 lap, 2 lap older tyres on the medium compounder tyres. So massive shout out to all of you in the chat. Let us know your predictions on who you think is going to be getting pole position here tonight, and what do you think the pole time could be as Otis comes towards the final corner. Past the P0 barrier, and it's going to be a 1:28.4, which is not bad on the medium tyres, but we'll watch him to see if he can improve. Now, the delta between the softs and the mediums actually is 1.2 seconds. So if he set that time on the medium tyres, on the soft tyres I mean, it will be a 1:27.2. So that would put him P3 and P4 type of ballpark. So for him, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I wonder if he could have found more time in the middle sector potentially as well. But again, we'll have to wait and see, of course. As, let's see, anyone else on the lap? Lutz, who won in Britain. Unfortunately got caught out in an incident in Belgium. He's looking to redeem himself. I think he has a motto, the redemption, I gotta say. But I know he's a fast driver. He's in the Challenger Series for a reason. And he did well in that just before Christmas. So, you know, he is a tough cookie. And he wants to score well. He wants to be in a championship fight. And I could definitely see him in a championship fight. So is he going to get provisional pole here today? Yes, he does. The first person into the 1:26s, and that puts it And Mercedes 1-2 at 1:26.9. So my predictions are pretty much correct. Will we see anything higher than the 1:26.9? We'll have to wait and see, but really good benchmark time for him. For others to follow, of course, as Tebow actually goes into the pit lane. Quite a few people gone into the pits. More people have been validated. Dan's on the lap as well, one of the reserve drivers. I believe that's Dan. I believe it's Dan's. No, actually, it's not Dan's first race because Dan raced in Belgium last time out before Christmas. So he's looking to get in the points. Don't forget the top 10 score points. But it's not the original 25, the normal points scoring system. First place will get 16 points. So the points gaps are a lot closer than normal F1. And I know if Dan can get less penalties, which I think he could score quite well today. So as he just passes one of the understeery parts of the circuit there. Oh, as he goes into the pits. He tripped me there. I guess he wasn't happy with his lap. But I'm wondering if he's going to get out in time for another one. Big Abdullah is on the lap at the moment, making his full-time debut, even though he's already done 3 races so far. I wonder if he's got a point to prove now that he's full-time as well. We shall see. As I think everyone's going to get down very quickly. I think there's going to be a long queue outside the pit lane. And don't forget, the out lap is a lot longer than a fly-in lap, so they've got to get out as quickly as they possibly can. Cleanser has retired from the session, so unfortunately he's not going to get a lap in, and more lapping, but 27.2 is not bad, but I know he could have done better. Cesala, he has invalidated, so unless he slows down and goes for one final, I think he's going to go for one final lap, so he does have time. And look at the queue of cars going into the first part of towards the end of sector 1. Let me see if I can find someone that's on that ballpark. Smasher as well. But I think a lot of the cars are actually spread out at the moment. So I assuming they want to get as much temperature into their tyres as possible. They want to warm up their tyres as well. And hopefully, I think we're just waiting for 4 people to set representative lap times right now. And with 1 minute left to go, it is the calm before the storm here at PSGL Xbox. Who's going to get pole? The first pole of 2021. LVA Brown got the first pole of the season. The first pole in Xbox on PSGL. Who's going to get first pole in Xbox on 2021? Everyone on this grid wants that glory, and I think anyone could get it. I would say, I wouldn't put it past the Mercedes boys. The Mercedes boys are absolutely phenomenal here today at the moment. Looking strong on pace. And Sparks won't be able to get poles. He's retired as well. I'm guessing he either binned it somewhere or he retired in the pit lane. Very a few yellow flags though. So 25 seconds left to go. And yes, it's Sparks has binned it. I think just towards turn 10 and 11, yeah, it looked like turn 11 looked like there, or maybe turn 12. It is hard to tell, okay. But anyway, his teammate won't be able to improve on his lap time. He has retired, so that is a shame for him. But we're gonna ride on board with Pironi as he's gonna be the first person to come across the line first. Then we will have LVA Brown. So Pironi in third at the moment. Not where you usually expect him, but he is good on 1 lap pace. So I wonder, is he going to beat one of the Mercedes drivers today? Nope. But he does improve on his lap time and he splits Mercedes boys into P2. Could Brown do any better? We'll have to find out as he comes across the line. Can he get pole off his teammate? Yes, he can. A 126.8. Really, really good for him. I'm just trying to see who is on a lap. It is got to go fast actually as he goes towards the final corner. And I believe that'll be Tebow or Nico up next. So got to go fast, comes across the line and he slows down. So I guess he just want to start on those tyres. Then it's Tebow who comes across the line in 4th position. Next will be his teammate Nico. And then we got a Red Bull as well. Not quite sure what Red Bull it is, but Nico comes across the line anyway. 127.1 for him. And Smasher couldn't get a lap together. He stayed in 18th position. Felipe, unfortunately, is in last place. There's a big queue towards the start-finish straight. Hopefully that haven't hindered people on their laps, but Lefted starts the race in 13th position, and it doesn't look like pole has changed there. So pole position for the second time this season goes to LVA Brown. Now, in week 1, that's where we saw Brown take pole. In week 2, we saw this man, DRG Luck, get pole. In week 3, we saw Felipe. So it's the first round where we're seeing someone that's taken 2 poles this season. So we've got LVA Brown then, followed by Lutt in second. Dominic squeezing a good lap there in third. Well done to him. His best qualifying result of the season. Peroni 4th, Tebow 5th, Nico 6th, Otis in 7th, Sparks in 8th, Clemzo 9th, Cressita in 10th. Then we got Got to Go Fast, Placky, Lefted, Days Wombas, Cesala, AMS Dan, Big Abdullah, Sam, Smasher, and Felipe. So there we go then. So that was qualifying. What is gonna be in store in the race then? Now, as I said, looking at the strategy, it is going to be a one-stop race regardless, but no one is going to be doing soft to mediums unless there's a safety car, which is highly unlikely. But looking at your screen at the moment, we have got the most likely strategy for the drivers tonight is soft to hard. So they'll be pitting around about lap 6 to 8 and then going on to the hards for the majority of the race after that. And for the ones outside the top 10, they may want to be a little bit more conservative. So potentially they would want to go on to the medium tyres and then go on to the hards as well. But that is considerably slower than the soft to hard strategies. But it will be better for some of the drivers potentially as well, if they are prone to be getting caused in incidents potentially. But yeah, since everyone in the top 10 pretty much qualified, I believe, on the softs, then it will be a soft to hard strategy for a majority of the drivers. Who knows? We may see a soft to medium strategy. We may see people take the gamble, but on Xbox, I don't think many people are going to take the gamble. Maybe in PS4, PS5, and PC, if PC ever has a round in France, which it could happen. You never know. Calendar for PC will be announced very, very soon as well. So as I just get the telemetry stuff first before we head to the formation lap, and there we go. Formation lap it is, and it's quite overcast at the moment. And we are seeing a mixture of strategies actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers outside the top 10 going for the alternate strategy. So let's take you through the drive. Oh, as I was not meant to do that. I pressed the wrong button. So let me take you through the drivers from 11th to 20th with their tyre choices. So, Got to Go Fast is on the medium compounded tyres. Placky in 12th on the hards. Lefted on the hards. Days Wombas on the mediums. Cesala on the mediums. Dan on the hards. Big Abdullah on the mediums. Sam on the hards. Smasher on the hard tyres. And Felipe on the mediums. So, to be honest, it looks like almost an even split. It's 6 to 4. Wow. Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on the mediums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the hards. Yeah, it is an even split for the top 10. So I wonder. I can see why they want to go for the alternate strategy, but are they seeing things that we're not? It is quite dark. We are seeing some dark clouds, so maybe there could be a threat of rain on the horizon. Now, I have not checked the Xbox Discord chat about any weather, and I'm not going to because I don't want to get spoiled. But it might be saying in the chat, but we'll have to wait and see, of course. So, let us know your predictions in the chat. Who do you think is going to win? Cam Brown or Lutt to be the first, one of the first people to score 2 wins this season. The only other people that have won was Otis. No one else has won apart from those 3. And it is starting to brighten up just a little bit already, so maybe the threat of rain has gone away. Now, a few people are asking why they are on medium tyres. Well, like I said, they may want to be conservative. Some people may not drive in many races on France on this game, but we'll see. And who knows, we may have a possible safety car in our midst. So that's probably what these drivers are hoping for. Don't forget, £80 is on the line for the winner of the Xbox Championship or PSGL at the end of the season. We'll find out in March who takes that crown. But for now, the 5 red lights are about to come on. If they do come on. It's a long hold. I think they're waiting for someone. It might be Felipe, actually. No, oh, no, we're all good. We are all good. I was panicking then. The 5 red lights are on. The first race of Xbox at 2021 is underway. And it's a good start from Brown. Also good start from that as well. Also good start from, looks like Dominic as well. And Peroni as they're making through turn 1 then. Let's see as the timing tower is going crazy on my screen at the moment. Otis has also had a good start as we have a Williams driver that's gone off. I think that's Crescito, and he's almost made contact with the Haas car as well. A little bit of carbon fibre flying a little bit, or it might just been a breaker marker board as they all head towards turn 4 now. As we're seeing changes, position changes after position changes after position changes, and we won't know how people are done until the timing tower decided to fix itself, which it does. Meanwhile, Tebow's having a good run on Otis. Otis having a good run on Peroni, and maybe 3 wide coming towards turn 8 then. Going side by side, Otis takes the right-hand side line and he gets the move done nice and well. So Otis is up into 4th position. Tebow, though, is getting a chance here, maybe into turn 10. But turn 10 is not the best position for overtaking opportunities, so I don't think Tebow is going to get the move done on this lap. But you can see a few people are starting to struggle, and that will allow the likes of Tebow to start catching up. Sparks also having a good start as well, up into 7th position. Even though I believe he did drop 1 position, but he's been holding position for quite some time now. And we do have a yellow flag, and that's Big Abdullah in last place, who's gone for a spin in turn 12. So doesn't look like he has damage though, so he will have to, I think he's going to stay out, but his tyres are not going to be in good knit, I've got to say. Meanwhile, Tebow's teammate Nico is also having a battle as well. So the 2 Ferraris looking like they're having a lot of fun on this track at the moment. Tebow stuck in a sandwich of Clenzo and Sparks at the moment. And Peroni, actually. Well, it's not a sandwich, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But we'll see how these cars go tight into turn 4. 27 laps await our drivers. We've already done 1 already, so it is 26 laps to go. Let's see then. Nico's ERS. He's already used quite a bit already. Is he going to use overtake, though, heading towards turn 8? I don't think he is, so I don't think he's going to go for the move. Being a bit cautious in the first couple of laps, but I do know this, and I've experienced this in my team as well. Even though it's a 25% race that I did, ERS can basically, it takes a while to recharge, definitely around the circuit. Maybe mainly due to the fact that there's a lot of understeery corners potentially, and it's not many places to recharge. But yeah, France, you've got to learn to have ERS management around here, because otherwise it is trouble. There's not many places to overtake, so you're going to be using your overtake button quite a bit, but use it in moderation as the predicted pit stop strategy is going on the screen. And for some reason, for some people, they're probably going to be doing a 2-stop, but from our data, it looks like they're going to be doing a 1-stop. So conflicting information at the moment, and it's still Mercedes that leads, still the same order as lap 1. Brown, Lurt and Dominic, they've been the top 3 pretty much since the start, and they have not changed. Dominic's not been used to being in the top 3, but he's showing some impressive form here today. Cesala has already got a time penalty added to his name, so that will jump him down the order if nobody else gets a time penalty as well. So other battles potentially as well, maybe Dominic on Lurt potentially as well. He's got the DRS to use it, but he's not using the overtake. And yeah, it's definitely not helping Dominic there at the moment, so that's why he's not going past right now. And Nico down in 9th place. He didn't get past Clenzo either. But what about Zidala on left in? Left in, unfortunately, didn't get the start that he had hoped, but don't forget, left in is on the alternate strategy. He's on the hard tyres. As Zidala has lost a bit of pace, and he's dropped way down the order down to 18th position. So I don't know what has happened there to Tazala. But maybe his wheel disconnected, or I don't know, or maybe he was just struggling just a little bit, maybe to get his tyres into temperature, but you never know. You never know. Meanwhile, at the back, we're still in a battle for P16. There's still battles going on as someone goes into the pits. That is Tazala. So that is for damage, and Tazala has got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and unfortunately he has given up and retired. But meanwhile, on lap 4, here comes the Alfa Romeo of Dan, the reserve driver, heading towards turn 1. Easy does it for Dan. And on the hard tyres as well, we would expect Days Rhombus to actually hold position. Is he actually going to challenge position heading in towards turn 3 and 4? We don't know. Days Rhombus may have wanted to have DRS heading towards the turn 7, turn 8 complex, which is probably a brave move for him. But on the tyres, he could possibly do it. There's not much for delta between the mediums and the hards. 5/10 of a second. Now, Days Rhombus, not much ERS to use. He goes comfortably without using his overtake button. So it just goes to show how faster those medium tyres are at the moment than at the hard tyres. You also got a battle between, I believe, P6 and Fiat 5. And we've also got a battle for the lead as well. So there's so many battles to keep an eye on here today. As this battle kind of reminds me of Bahrain in 2014, where Rosberg and Hamilton were fighting head-to-toe there as well. And obviously Bottas and Russell at the Sakir Grand Prix, with Russell making a very good overtake on Bottas as well, climbing his way back through the field after some problems. And a few people are going into the pits then. We should see a Red Bull. That is Otis in the pits then. So has Otis got damage? We'll have to wait and see. So Otis goes on the hards. Nope, it's not damage. Okay then. I doubt that's going to get to the end. And we could be in punch territory. But some of the drivers said if they pit on lap 7, it could be punch territory. So maybe because a few people were pushing too much on those soft tyres in battles, that's probably why. If you're in cleaner air, then yes, maybe going to lap 8 would be fine for you. But if you are in dirty air and in a battle, then it's going to be a struggle. Brown did get a time penalty. I believe that's 3 seconds. Let me just check. Yes, he does. The only other driver to also get a penalty is Dan. Lotz can't get past his teammate there. What about Sparks on Peroni? No, we can't get past either. We've also got a battle as well for P11. Well, P10 actually. That's not going to change anytime soon as well. Neither does Sam. So we're going to just watch the battle again for the lead. It's just not many battles happening at the moment because a lot of these drivers are in the best position to pit right now. And, you know, these two are a bit, they're just really fighting for it. And maybe they're using each other as slipstream to try and help everyone else just stay behind. But you can see Dominic's catching. Dominic's catching. And Dominic is going for the mediums for his next pit stop. Unless Jeff is telling porcupines to him. But yeah, Dominic's going for the mediums. Now, could we see Raid? Because there's no way they could do softer mediums. It just won't work. Well, if I just look at the strategy, actually, mediums last 14 laps. And we're on lap 6 at the moment. So I doubt that's going to work. Unless they're going to think it's a safety car. We don't know. But I did see people go on the mediums in one race I was commentating, and I was like, why would they go on mediums after going on the softs? Then I realised it was going to be rain, so that's probably the only reason why a few drivers are deciding to go onto those medium tyres. But Peroni and Clenzo, though, are going on the hards, and so is Otis. And Tebow as well, going earlier than I thought. So maybe if the rain is coming, maybe the rain is coming sooner, or maybe they think they can push those tyres to the end with those cleaner air potentially as well. So the mediums I saw was for Dominic because his pit window. That was what I saw, by the way, for those of you that are wondering. I did see the pit window for Dominic. For those of you that were confused. So we're going to see then if Dominic is true to his word or if the game is lying to me. someone else is going to the pits. I believe that's Lot. I thought Brown will be pitting first, so is it going to be mediums or hards for him? It's hards. It's hard, so I'm guessing that Jeff offered soft, medium, but obviously you can choose your tyres yourself, so sometimes Jeff is not right. Jeff is not right. That's why I got a bit confused. So, there we go then. So, there goes Dominic onto the set of the hard tyres. But anyway, we got to go fast on a time penalty as well. And we only got 2 people that won the soft yet to pit then. So, Lot has come out ahead of Dominic. Now, Lot is on the mediums now. So, I thought Lot would go on the hards and Dominic would go on the mediums. But actually, it's the other way around. But we'll see. We will see as we head in towards lap 7 as he makes its way through turn 8. Is there any battles going on potentially? We got battle on for the hard tyre runners of Placky versus Sam versus Lefted. And I think the one that could potentially get the move is Placky for 5th place. The tyre temps are starting to get a bit hotter as it gets, obviously, it is clear conditions now. Just a little bit of cloud, but it's mainly clear. It started off a bit overcast at the start of the race. So, it would have been harder for the softs. That's probably why a few people were struggling. So, let's see then. We are going to see Cressida in the pits. And then we also got Brown in the pits as well. So, where is Brown going to come ahead of his... Is he going to come ahead of his teammate? Or is Luck going to go ahead of him? Luck goes ahead of him. And by quite some margin as well. 2 people have jumped him. Dominic's jumped him. Tebow's jumped him. Now, I had a feeling Luck would jump his teammate because Luck was on the mediums. But Dominic and Tebow, they were on the hards. So, these guys are proving my theory wrong. I was told that the undercut wasn't as powerful. But it was PS4 drivers telling me that. So, it may be different on Xbox due to the tyres, obviously. You know, some of the tyres could be different. You know, well, the tyre conditions, I should say, on how when it goes a little bit more wet than usual. So, yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. How could Lefted and Got to Go Fastest hang a battle? Who said you can't overtake here? Well, Lefted and Got to Go Fast going to say otherwise as Lefted almost hits the back of Got to Go Fast there. And someone saying in the chat, is soft to medium possible? I don't think it is. Because mediums only last about 14 laps. But you never know. We'll have to wait and see. But I don't think the mediums will last. But you never know. I did say the undercut wouldn't be as powerful. And look at that. So I'll probably be proven wrong yet again. Soft to mediums is definitely not possible. But medium to hard is. So everyone potentially is going to be on the hard side. Except Lefted, Placky and Sam at the end of the race. And Dan to go on to the softs. Dave's Rhombus, he has to go on to the hards. And Dave's Rhombus is going to be an early indication as to what Lut will be feeling like in very, very soon. So I'm going to keep an eye on when Dave's Rhombus pits, actually. But before we do that, we've got a battle for the lead of the race. Not for a net lead, but it's the lead anyway. Lefty gets past Got to Go Fast and takes the lead. Sam almost did that as well. Actually, no, he didn't. He was just waiting on the back of it. But look at Placky, though. Placky is running out of verse, though, compared to Sam. So they are pushing their ERS to the limit tonight, I've got to say. I wonder why. Maybe because they've all been stuck in battles and they've all been pushing so much. They've been pushing each other to use each other to the limit, to be honest. 4 attempts at the gap now between Placky and Sam, but if Sam loses a bit of pace, then Placky can get past. Smasher not having the best of race so far. He's down in 17th. It could be the first drive for him where he's outside the top 10, which is not what he wants, I've got to say. But sometimes you probably would have races where it doesn't go according to plan and This is one of those races. France, when I do league races, I'm absolutely terrible. So I can understand why a lot of people absolutely hate this track. So we're on lap 10 of 27 now. Lut, 4.5 seconds clear of Dominic. Dominic's about 2 seconds clear of Thibaut. So Thibaut could be on course. If Lut's tyres don't make it, which is definitely probably not, Thibaut is going to make it to the end of this race and he could potentially get the win. Dominic could be on course for a win. Brown with his penalty, he could be under threat. Otis could be on course for yet another podium. Don't forget about the alternate strategy runners as well. So it's literally loads of people that could be on course for getting wins and podiums. So only time will tell at this moment in time. Brown then, Dominic, Thibaut, they're all so close together now. Otis, Peroni, Clenzo, Nico. That is why not many people are overtaking due to the fact that they are stuck in DRS trains. That's what we experienced in F1 around Belgium on Monday. That you just couldn't get much overtakes done because they were all in DRS trains. I think we're seeing exactly the same tonight. Meanwhile, we've got Days Rombers in the pits then. So he thinks the mediums can't go as long as it can. So that is strong indication that the mediums won't last because they do overheat. And, Days Rombers is on the medium tyres. Now, Days Rombers has to pit again, surely, because you have to obviously use one different tyre compound. You can't just do soft or medium. You have to do either soft to hard or medium to hard. You can't do medium. It's just impossible. So unless Days Rombers went into the pits earlier, I will double check that actually. So let me look at his race director. So where is he? Days Rombers. He started on the, yeah, I thought so. He started on the mediums and he's gone for another set of mediums. So interesting. Meanwhile, Lut has just got past some traffic. Lut is past Big Abdullah and he's up into P6 on track. He's the net lead of this race so far, but in terms of pit stop, the net lead is Dominic. So, no, it's Thibaut actually now. Whilst we saw some battles happening, we did see Thibaut go for the lead, so I do apologise if we missed that, as Sam has got to go fast as well, as unfortunately Dan has got another time penalty. Someone has gone into the pits again. That he's got to go fast. Now, if got to go fast goes on the mediums, then we could possibly see a threat of the weather, because otherwise there's no way. Or we could see a two-stop. We'll see. Now, I do see hards. So got to go fast is going on the hards, which is what I thought he was going to go on in the first place. Now, let's watch Dominic and Thibaut. As Dominic is still keeping up to pace with Thibaut at the moment, matching lap times right now. And speaking of lap times, the fastest lap time is set by Lut at the moment on the mediums with a 1:31.3. And the fastest lap on the hards is a 1:32.1 set by Thibaut. So Thibaut is the fastest. Actually, no, it's a 1:31.9 by Sparks. Down in 16th. I don't think he's going to climb his way up the order though. It's going to be tight as well. I'm just a bit confused why some people are on different strategies, but you know, for some of them it's either you get a position or you get a puncher. That is unfortunately the cruel world of racing really around France. It's very known in league races to experience punch. I think in every France race I've seen at least one driver get at least a puncher, which definitely costed the race. And Thibaut pitting on lap, I think. So he pitted lap 6 or lap 5, end of lap 5. So he could be on, I don't know, I think he could make it to the end. We don't know, but lap 6 to 8 is the pit window. So he can get away with just saving a bit of tyres if he can get the gap. He's starting to pull a little bit of a gap on Dominic, so as I get the intervals back, because I know a few of you guys would want to get the intervals back. So there we go. The intervals are now back for you. As, again, not much battling happening at the moment, but Brown is going to find it very tricky to get past his rivals. He got past, I believe, I'm not sure if Brown was ahead of Otis or not, but we'll have to wait and see then. Brown is looking to get past Dominic so he can get rid of as much deficit as he possibly can. Brown with a DRS. Dominic also has a DRS as well. So does Tebow. Brown was a little bit closer. Very much closer, actually. So maybe next lap he can get Dominic. Potentially at the start of this straight. But you can see Dominic's finding it hard. Tebow as well. Tebow's got no DRS to Abdullah. So, actually now he has, because he's getting time. I'm guessing Tebow could read my mind just a little bit there. Saying, oh, you're not winning DRS. And when he heard me, boom, he's starting to push again. It's kind of like Lewis Hamilton. And by the way, I know Lewis may not be watching this, but happy birthday to Lewis Hamilton. He's 36 today, the 7-time world champion. I wonder what he's been doing today. Probably spending time with his family, but maybe on Zoom potentially as well. But yeah, hope he has a good day. Hope he had a good day. So yeah. Anyway, we're almost halfway. We actually are halfway into this race, I believe, in half a lap's time. And we still have a few drivers yet to pit, which is Lefted, Sam, Placky, and Dan. So those are the 4 drivers yet to make their pit stops. They'll be going onto the soft tyres. They'll be trying to stretch those hard tyres to around 19 to 21 laps. So they'll be trying to get those, because you don't want to pit too early for the soft, because you're going to be tyre saving quite a lot. And with the gaps, I don't think they're going to get past these cars, because there's going to be less laps to get past them. With track like China, since there's more laps to do it in, actually no, there's less laps, but you know what I mean. But since there's a bit more tyre degradation or something, there's you get a bit more grip in China and less understeery corners. You're more than likely gonna make the alternate strategy work in China than in any other circuit. But in France, maybe not. But we'll see. And it's getting a bit of a limbo stage at the moment, but hopefully the battles will pick up once again towards the end. It was exactly the same around Belgium. There wasn't much battles happening until the very end, where the threat of rain happened and the safety car changed everything. I'm surprised we haven't seen a safety car yet, but I'm worried I've probably jinxed quite a bit. And I won't say anything more because I'm worried I probably will jinx it just a little bit more. So I won't say anything more, I promise. Anyway, we're on lap 15 and 27 now. Placky, he's got penalties, but he wants to get past Lefted ASAP before the pit stop. If he does, then he's going to be a huge advantage. And there's a driver catching this battle. It's Lutz. Sam did get past Lefted. So, Sam on much better pace compared to Lefted at the moment. So, I wonder what Lefted's going to do. Has Lefted got damage? It looked like he had, but it might just be the graphics telling me wrong. Now, the clouds, it is starting to get a bit more overcast at the moment. So, it is probably Cody's tricking me. So, don't trick me, Cody's. And yeah, the real life, Connor was just saying in chat, the real life races in France are never good. To be honest, I have to agree. But usually, some races, league races in France, are very entertaining. Around here. It's just sometimes you get races like this where not much is happening. But it's fine. It's fine. But I think that's probably why people don't like France, because there's less overtaking spots. But I need to actually check where we are next week, actually. Next week. We are at Monaco next week, where there's another track where it's hard to overtake. Who actually designed this calendar? Because we got 2 tracks in a row where it's hard to overtake. France and Monaco. Monaco being much harder to overtake than France. And Monaco all about attrition. Meanwhile, Dominic is trying to get past, and is it just me, or it's getting really dark really quickly? It's just crazy at the moment. I mean, it all of a sudden it was nice and clear, and it's gone dark again. Interesting. And Brown's going to try and get past Dominic as well. That's going to be a little bit more tricky. Actually, Dan, traffic. And if he doesn't get past Dan, and Dominic's going to pull away like no tomorrow. So Dan, I think, has got to learn that maybe he's got to pick his own battles, because Dan will probably still have to pit for the softs. A little bit of a tap from Brown there, and I think Brown was just saying to Dan, move out the way, I want to fight for the win at the moment. And JQ saying that he wants to race Monaco next week. Well, we'll see. It depends on how many drivers turn up, of course, but you never know. You could be racing in Monaco next week, because JQ is a reserve, I believe, now. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, Brown does get past Dan, though, luckily. So Brown is up into 7th. So, on track at least. So, can he do the honours and get past Dominic then? We'll have to wait and see. I have to say, if Dominic keeps up his good form in this race, then this could be probably a really good performance for Dominic in a while. His best result was, he only scored 1 point, and that was in Silverstone. And obviously he didn't turn up to Belgium, so because he couldn't make it. So he could be on course for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, 5 points. I was trying to work out the PSGL point system, but yeah, P6 gets 5 points, I believe. So it is 20 points. I can't remember. I should have had it written down on a notepad somewhere, but unfortunately I forgot to do so. Sorry about that, guys. So 11 laps to go of this. Actually, no, 10 laps to go now. And you never know what this game and this race has in store. And the big question, will Lutz make those tyres till the end, or has Lutz's plan going on the mediums worked? Lutz has got a few laps to prove himself. And hang on a minute, you may not be able to see it on your screen at the moment, but on my screen, it's raining. It's raining. So that is why Lutz went on the mediums. That is why Smasher went on the mediums. That is why Dave Rombus went on the mediums. Because they think the rain was going to come earlier. I would have to say, because I didn't check what the weather was going to be, but I have to say, strategic masterclass from Lutz. I mean, it is hard to tell when the rain is going to come on this game. They usually give us 3 time slots, 0 minutes, 20 minutes, and 45 minutes. But it's never exact. So, Lutz did very well to time that. Nicely. So, Lutz is definitely the favourite to win this race. And that's why quite a few people have gone on the hard. Sam could win this race. This race is possibly turned on its head. We could see a different winner, but actually, no, we can't, because Sam's got a penalty. Sam, why do you have to earn it for me? The rain is coming down quicker than I thought, actually. So maybe people will have to go onto the inters. We will have to keep an eye on the DRS disabled sign just to see what happened. I had a feeling it was going to rain, because why would Lutz go on the mediums? Because usually, because I thought he would be smarter than that, surely, but he's definitely playing the smart game here. Because I know he's a smart driver, so he wouldn't have gone to the medium tyres unless there was a reason, and that was the reason, because he knew it was going to rain at some point. But he doesn't know when, and he took that great risk. Meanwhile, the crossover point is going to be very tricky, as you're seeing at the moment with Smasher. Smasher has gone off the circuit, and he's going to try and get past Nico. And as we're having a few issues with the internet, as it seems, so I do apologise about that. So you may see a few dropping frames now and again, but hopefully it sorts itself out very, very soon. 2 tenths now is the gap on Nico. And Smasher could still be on course for getting top 10 due to the penalties and due to most people going to be, well, they have to pit very soon so the rain's coming hard. It's absolutely horrible. I wonder if it's Inters. I think it could be. Yes, it could be, actually. Sam's pitting. Lutz pitting. Left is pitting. Clacky's got a 5-second penalty. So is Tebow. Chaos is going everywhere. They're all going on Inters. And DRS has been disabled, folks. DRS has been disabled. So we could be on course for a great race. And the Mercedes have double... Did the Mercedes just double stack there? That was... I don't know, but that was nicely timed for the Mercedes crew. But I think Lutt and Brown were spaced out anyway, but we'll see. So that's changed the order then. So the ones on the hards definitely benefited from the Vinicius the most, and also the one that pitted onto the medium tyres. So that was Lutt. And got to go faster for tyres, so unfortunately he was struggling on the hards. And you can see, and we're running on board with Big Abdullah, and yeah, there's no way you can go on those hard tyres or any of the medium tyres right now. So, unfortunately, with DRS disabled, it's going to be harder for even people to overtake. So, it could be, this will be the order that we see at the end of the race. Except, Lutt will be ahead of Sam. And I think Lefty will get P2, potentially? Or P3. Depends on the gap. Sam's got to find, I think, about another second or 2 seconds in order to get P2. But it is hard, I've got to say. But people tend to use less ERS in the rain. I usually tend to use less ERS. And to be honest, there's a few people in the chat saying Brown being done too hard. Yeah, I've got to agree with you on this one. I felt bad for Brown. He thought that the rain was going to come later. And he thought that the rain was just going to come at the end and it wasn't going to affect much. It was just going to have a... He thought it was going to be a light sprinkle and being on hards wouldn't have made too much of a difference, but no. He had to be on the mediums, he had to be on the inter, sorry, and he's in 9th place. Which is a shame. Quite a few people in this lobby has unfortunately got screwed over by the weather. So that's a shame. But it happens. Sometimes you do take risks and risks do not pay off sometimes. Meanwhile... We've still got we've got the final third of this race to go. But anything can happen. More penalties are starting to come as well. We could potentially see more penalties because it's very, very hard to see the track in these conditions. And I wonder if it's going to get even heavier. I think it might do. And Dago is saying in chat that he thinks Lutt is going to win. To be honest, Lutt has probably the most to lose. If he does not win this, I'll be very, very surprised. And if he does win this, I think it'll be well deserving for him because, you know, he is a driver that is growing in leaps and bounds, huge potential. Smash has just picked up a penalty, but obviously Lutt doing well in the Challenger Series. He could be on course, be going into the Pro Exhibition. And I would say he's one of the favourites to actually be getting a seat in an F1 esports team. I'm telling you that right now. I'm telling you that right now. And if people don't believe me, they can clip it. And then if it does happen, then I'll be proven right. I'm just saying, I think this guy is going to get a seat in the 2021 esports series. Representing the Xbox guys. And I wonder if a few other guys around here will be doing that as well. So we'll see. Quite a few banterous things happening in the chat there. Yeah, you can tell there's not much really going on at the moment, and there's a lot of things happening in chat, but it's fine, it's fine. I think Sam is about to lap Felipe, and that's Felipe bot, for those of you that are wondering. Felipe's in the chat though, it's just his internet has died. So I think he would have been higher up in this race, I think. He's already, I would say, quite a bit further down compared to his rivals, so... Unless Felipe has joined back, but I don't know. But only one way to find out, of course. But hopefully Felipe can bounce back and have a better result next week. And Sam is stretching the gap by quite a bit. So the race win is not far from reach at the moment. He's doing very well in these in conditions. Another driver that's also in the Challenger Series as well. Actually, I've got to say, the whole top three, they're all in the Challenger Series. There we go. There we go, folks. All those top three in the race are in the Challenger Series. So we could see these type of battles happening in the Challenger Series. You never know. I believe it's at Zandvoort in Austria next on the 27th of January for Xbox. I don't know. I'm not good with dates, okay? I'm not good with dates. We will see. And we do have a yellow flag, so someone is there's a Williams that's struggling. That's Crescito. Williams are not having the best of days, unfortunately. Felipe down in 18th and Crescito down in 16th. So they got a lot of catching up to do in the constructors. And looking at the constructor standings, actually, Williams are third. So Felipe scored quite a bit in the last few rounds, but they're not going to score any points in this round of the championship. As more 5-second penalties for speeding in the pit lane. I wonder, one thing I actually forgotten to mention in this race, I wonder if people were caught by the old pit lane line. But that's the new pit lane line has been there for quite a while, so I'm sure they won't get caught out, but you never know. There's a few people that race in other games, such as ACC and maybe iRacing potentially as well, because there's a few people that play on PC as well. I think a few people could get caught out if they play ACC, to be honest, but we'll see. I don't know. Or maybe they just get caught out anyway due to the fact that it is quite sooner than they think. So Crescito has retired, which is another person that has unfortunately given up. And we're down to 17 drivers, which is pretty good, I would say, to be fair, in France. I thought I would have expected a lot more DNFs than that. And we've got more penalties. We've got more penalties. We just seen a penalty come up for laps. So, let me just look at the gap, actually. Gap to leader, 2.1. Oh! Sam needs to find 2.7. Actually, no. 9 tenths, sorry. 9 tenths in order to get lefted. And then you'll get at least second. Because if he doesn't, we will have a different race winner. Because lefted is the only driver in the top 3 to not get a penalty. Who would have thought it? Lefted has got to push now. He's got to know that, look, he's got to know that both of the top 2's got penalties. I wonder though, I'm just going to check warnings, see how many warnings Lefted has got. 2 warnings, okay. Oh, he's 1 warning off a penalty. But if he gets a penalty anyway, it does not matter. Dominic just picked up 1 as well. But he's going to be back on position anyway, so he is not losing out that much no matter what. So, but yeah. So if he gets a penalty, it does not matter, personally, in my opinion. But I know he's going to push to not get a penalty, but he's starting to struggle just a little bit. So I think Sam has just done just about enough to hold on to either P1 or P2 at least. So at the moment, as it stands, I don't know, it's hard to tell really, to be honest, with that gap. How many penalties does Sam have? 6 seconds. Ooh. So I should have not checked the penalties because that could have been a huge surprise. But I don't know. Lefted is catching up to a lot. I don't think he's lagged out. I think it may just be my internet playing up. It has been playing up for the last few days. Well, on Xbox. So it might be that. And he doesn't have an X next to his name, I don't think. So I don't think it's Lefted. So we've got a few laps to go. He's gone off the circuit a little bit. That's not what you want to do. He's got to try and keep the gap to Lut if he wants to get this win. But no matter what, Lefty's going to get at least a podium. And he started, I think, 13th, I believe. He started 13th. I think, I'm trying to think where OT started in, what was it, Belgium? He started around 13th as well. Let me just have a look, actually. I've got the video somewhere lining, let me have a look. Let me just mute it a second. So where did OT start? 16th, so not 13th. So this is going to be like the second win in a row, as it sounds, where someone that's come down from lower down the grid and gone on to win. But we'll see. He is losing time though, so Lut could still be on for a victory. So we'll see. So I would say on board with Lefty, but there's still battles happening elsewhere on the circuit as well, which is hard to tell. As Tebow is finding time on Dominic. These are very tricky conditions at the moment. It's really, really hard to see at the moment. I would find it very, very tricky if I was them. I don't like these conditions in France because it's so understeery anyway, this track. And inters just never work out for me. So I don't know how these drivers are doing it, but they are doing it very, very well. And it's probably my internet because I think everyone has had an X on me. So apologies about that. It probably gave you a panic attack, but we'll see. Anyway, Tebow then. Is he going to get the lunge into turn 8? We'll have to find out. Dominic's probably even closer to Placky, I would think. Smasher gets another 3-second time penalty. I'm going to keep the penalties out because everyone's on the inters. You won't want to know what tyres everybody is on because they're on the inters. So I'm going to keep it on the penalties. So, this is crucial. This is really crucial for the top 3. It could change massively. Dominic could also gain a position off Placky as well. So he doesn't really need to fight Placky pretty much. But he wants to keep up the pace with him. Because he's in a sandwich of 2 people that's got time penalties. 8 seconds. So it's just really, really hard to call on who I think's going to get this pitch. Oh, Dominic almost made a mistake there. Luckily, he caught the car just in time, or it might be my camera angle just struggling a little bit. Gap is 2.2 now. Left it is, I think Lut is pushing. Lut wants that win. Lut wants that win, so he's turning up this rich fuel mixture. Lefted definitely must be feeling the pressure. 2.5 now. I can see Lefted is struggling with his tyres. So I think Lut could be on course to win. I think Lut's time management is a lot better. And, you know, with the way Lut is gaining time, I think Lut's going to do it. But we'll see. Anything can happen. I'm not entirely sure, but Lefted, he's trying to find some time on Lut, but it's getting a bit impossible at the moment. But we'll see. Lefted is doing well. Lefted, sorry, is doing very, very well to keep penalty free at the moment. He's pushing. His fuel light is going. So is Lut and Sam. Sam's DRS is gone. 2.6 seconds. Oh, it's going to be nail biting. It's definitely going to, it may definitely come down to penalties. Lut's absolutely nailing it at the moment. He's pushing every fibre of his being. 2.8. I think Lut's going to do it. I think Lut's going to take the win. But Lefty's found the 10th. Lefty's found the 10th. He's found a few 10th. He's pushing again. Who's going to take the win? We don't know it. We know it's not Sam. Sam comes across the line to take the win on track. Lut is going to overtake him on track. But is it going to be Lefted or is it going to be Lut? It's Lefted that takes the win by 1/10 of a second. If Lut just had one more lap, I think Lut would have done it. But there's only 27 laps. So Lut could be on course to be the first person to have 2 wins this season, but we have got a fight on our hands. We have got 4 different race winners this season. Brown won the first race. Luck won the second race. Otis won the third. Lefty won the fourth. And interestingly enough, it's CLG that won the first 2 races. VSR won the next 2. There we go. Quite an interesting pattern, I've got to say. But Lefted, he did the right decision going on the hards. And to be honest, I think he was praying to the rain gods that it would come a bit sooner so he could stay on those hard tyres, and he did. He did struggle towards the end there. If there was one more lap, I don't think he would have got the win. But I think he was praying to have one less lap, to be honest. But he did absolutely amazing to take the win. And, oh, okay, I did the standings. Xbox Live decided to disconnect. So I was going to go through your order, but I couldn't. So I'm gonna switch over to this in a minute. Oh, wrong one. There we go. So I'm gonna go through. So it's gonna be hard to tell. So we've got, so we got Lefted who has won. I'm just trying to see. Hopefully it's picked up quickly. So it's going to be Lefted that wins, and it's Lot in second, Sam in third, Peroni in fourth, Otis in fifth, Dominic sixth, Placky seventh, Tebow eighth, Nico ninth, and Brown in 10th. Then we got Cleanser in 11th, Sparks 12th, Smasher 13th, I think. Let me just have a look. The penalties were coming thick and fast. It was hard to tell. Yeah, Smasher 13th, Rhombus 14th, then it was Dan, Abdullah, Felipe, and then your retirement were Cosito, Got to Go Fast, and Tizala. So, we're going to try and get our top 3 in for an interview. So, if any of the top 3 are listening to me at the moment and want an interview, just go in the rating room. That'd be lovely. As I get my Discord open there. And yes, the gap for the win was very, very close. It was just absolutely nail-biting at the moment. So, let me just join Discord, and I will unmute the music. Well, I'll mute the music once we've done that. So let me join the box. So, I'm just going to ask the top 3 to go in for an interview, which is Lefted, Lut, and Sam. In that order, I believe it was. I think it was that order. Yes, it was that order, because Sam had 6 seconds worth of penalties. And what a good end to the race, actually. Even though it wasn't a battle, it was just keeping an eye on the penalty line. It was just absolutely crazy at the moment. So, it was just intense. So, we've got one person in the interview room. I think we may as well start from third. We usually don't do it this way, but we'll do third to first. So, we'll start with Sam. So, actually, no, before I drag Sam in, let me just do the muties of the music. So, just give me a second. There we go. So, you don't get distracted by the music because it's hard. And I need to check that Discord is, yep, Discord is good. So let's drag Sam first. So, Sam, you were praying the rain to come as sooner than you thought, really, because you managed to get a good podium there. But were you wanting the win instead, or were you pleased with the podium anyway?
Well, it's really disappointing not to get the win with silly pens, but, you know, if you tell me the start of the race going from P18 to P3, yeah, I'd take that any day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you saw the weather come out at the start of the race, when you were looking at the weather forecast, do you think that was the right decision to go onto the tyres that you did, or were you opting to go on the mediums, or did you think the hards would be a better option for you? That's probably why you went on the hards, because you know the rain was coming.
Yeah, well, we saw it in the quali, so one star outside the top 10. So tried on the mediums and got second to last, or 18th. And
wow.
Yeah, I thought I'd stretch it out, give it a go. I mean, we've got nothing to lose, so yeah, worked out.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a mixed back season, really. Your first three results, you got a DNF as well, so you're getting your first ever points as well. I mean, how tough has it been this season for you to get those points? Because it must have been a very competitive grid, and to finally get the result you need to climb up the order must be a good feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a few incidents in a few races, which have been unlucky, but yeah, I finally finished the race. So,
yay! I was praying that your tyres weren't gonna fall off the cliff
they were
at the
close.
moment.
They were close. They were getting there.
It was getting. I think it was getting. I wasn't sure how long the injuries were gonna last actually as well. But
I reckon two or three more laps, and probably would have had a puncture.
Oh yeah, that's how tough the intermediates are around here. I've got to say, but yeah. We moved on from France, and next week we head to a track where it's going to be impossible to overtake Monaco. Are you a big fan of Monaco in general, or do you think you're going to put in some more practice to get the similar result as you did today?
I don't know. It's a tough track. It's going to be a lot of incidents, and quality's going to be everything. So yeah, we're going to have to do a bit of practice, get a good quality, and hopefully keep out of the balls in the race.
Yeah, who would you say was your biggest rival in the championship now? Based on your previous result, who would you say that you would want to beat this season?
I think it has to be Mr. Zach Oates, the championship. Oh, it was the championship leader. Feel a few more good results. Hopefully, I'll be up there.
I think it's luck that takes a championship lead after Tottenham. I'm not entirely sure if my maths are correct, but I think it is luck that takes the lead. But we'll find out in the next few days anyway as well. So, yeah, thank you very much for joining, and well done. And we may as well get our race winner there. Lefted, you must have been you must have felt the tension on those last couple of laps. 2 warnings. You were losing the gap to luck just a little bit. Tell us what was going through your head on the last couple of laps.
I felt comfortable enough for a long time. Like, the gap to Sam was like 2.5 seconds and Lot was just a second ahead of me. But their pace picked up like the last 2-3 laps, and then of course I had 2 warnings, so mine just kind of stayed the same. Because I didn't want to push any harder than needed. And the gap got a bit closer than I wanted, but yeah, still. Yeah,
it was 0.137 seconds was the gap there, so it was getting closer by the lap, to be honest. I was getting tense myself, to be honest, as well. But yeah, you didn't have a good qualifying result. Was that the plan, to qualify outside the top 10, seeing what the weather was like?
Yeah, I wanted P11 ideally, but I saw it was raining, but I also thought that if the rain didn't come in time, I'd just do hard medium, and the strategy would still be pretty good. I didn't think I had the pace for pole at all or anything, so I just was always committing to starting outside the top 10.
And it worked. The alternate strategy worked in dry to wet conditions, which we thought wasn't going to happen, but it ended up did happen there. So you are closing up to your rivals in the championship now after the 4th different winner, I would say. Do you think you could be your rival? Do you think you could beat any of the Red Bulls or the Mercedes this season for the rest of the season?
I think I could beat some of them, but I don't think I could win the championship.
So what is your aim for the season then? If you don't want to win the championship, is it just to get as high a position as you possibly can?
Yeah, sure. I didn't really have an aim going into the season. I just wanted to win a race, and that's done now. So,
so your season goals? Ticked.
Yeah.
That's good. So anything you get really is a bonus. And I've already talked about championship rivals, so we'll head to next week, which is Monaco. Do you like Monaco? Are you good at it? What practice are you going to put in to make sure that you can deliver the same performance as you did this week?
Yeah, Monaco's my favourite track.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to that race.
Oh, interesting. Nice. I think for some people it's been a little bit of a mixed bag as well. So, yeah, best of luck for next week, and a massive well done for being the fourth different race winner from, Xbox division this season. So we haven't got Lut in the booth, so we may as well get one more person in. His potential last race on pad, Mr. Otis, Zach. You managed to still fight for points in the end. Was it what you expected? You got P5. Tell us how the race went for you.
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, happy birthday, Jess.
Thank you.
No problem. And going to the race, we started on the softs. Wasn't a plan, but I couldn't be bothered to go for the P11 at the end of my lap, so I just finished my lap, bottled the last corner, and got 7th. And then the rain came. The hard runners got a nice little pit stop. Came out in 8th place, I think.
Yeah.
I obviously the pads. I had some great pace in the wet, but I just couldn't get past Burundi. Managed to still get 5th in the end, so I can't be too unhappy about it.
And when is the time where you are switching off the pad for good? Because obviously in F1 esports you won't be using a pad if you qualify to the Pro Exhibition. So when is it going to be the time where you're going to say bye-bye pad and hello wheel?
I think this was my last XBGL race on the pad.
It's not XBGL anymore.
PSGL,
yeah. PSGL Xbox. Get that right. Carry on.
Yeah. And then I'm doing the event number 2 on the pad, and then for the Challenge Series. But then after that, I'm pretty, unless I need to do anything else, I'm going fully wheel.
Nice. That's a good dedication there. Yeah. So you're keeping up your consistent runs in the top 5. I'm saying I'm going for your results P4, P5, P1, P5. So you like those top 5. So do you think you can keep that consistent form heading into next week?
Well, we have to do a lot of practice on the wheel. If I could get points, actually, I'm just going to keep it safe actually at Monaco. So yeah, let's say I get a top 5. Yeah, sure.
and Left, it's a big fan. Are you a big fan of Monaco?
No, I absolutely hate Monaco. It's my worst track on the pad and probably going to be on the wheel.
So complete opposite to what Lefted was thinking. Obviously, the Mercedes were catching up in the race. You saw Brown dropping down due to the rain coming a bit sooner. Is this giving a little bit more hope that Red Bull could slightly edge the gap to Mercedes, potentially, and still potentially aim at the top, towards the top?
Yeah, I still think Red Bull can win the championship in the Constructors, but obviously luck's on another level these days, and obviously Brown struggled with penalties in that race, so I knew I was going to score points with him, but Smasher was a bit far down. But yeah, I reckon Smasher will have some good form going into the next half of the season, so I reckon we still have a chance.
Yeah, thank you very much, and best of luck for the next week as we head to Monaco in a week's time in Monte Carlo, where I've got to say no heroics into Sandoval, I've got to say, and I think there's not much overtaking opportunities for the drivers. Many, I think, go heading towards the tunnel, maybe towards Mirabeau as well, or maybe heading into the casino section. But we'll have to wait and see, of course, how these guys fare. It's going to be about attrition and see who gets less damage and who gets little to no penalties, but we'll find out next week. But if you want more PSGL action, you can check the F11 race that happened earlier on tonight. The stream is on the PSGL YouTube channel. And on Sunday we have, I need to try and remember, it's F9, F8, and F7 on Sunday. And then on Monday, that's a PlayStation, by the way. And on Monday, we've got F2, F3, F4, and F4 on at 7 p.m. and F1, F5, and F6 on at 8 p.m. So make sure you check those out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And there's not many people that, well, to be honest, quite a few of you that are watching this video are not subscribed. So if you see the subscribe button that is red, click it and make it not red so you're subscribed and turn notifications on. We want to get to 1,000 subscribers by, I would say, maybe middle of February, March time, I'll have to say. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to turn the music on right now. Have a good evening, everybody, and we will see you next Thursday for the Monaco Grand Prix. Goodbye.